Welcome, everybody, to the first ever video podcast of this amazing podcast. How many times have I said podcast?
5.
5 times? Okay, so welcome to the Basic Nerd Experience. I'm here. Thank you. I am Elliot, the white guy, and today I'm joined by, as always, Andres.
Hiya.
From hiding from the camera, Jose.
I'm not hiding from the camera.
You don't want to be in the camera. And then we have Kenny Boy.
What's up?
And then we have Brandon.
Hello.
So then, anyway, guys,
We gotta
a lot to talk about this Marvel Sony shit.
It's been a
going
big
down.
thing these past
Couple
week or
months,
two.
dude.
Couple months.
Yeah, I know,
months.
but it's been blown up recently.
Yeah, I know.
There's been rumors spreading around for a couple
You're,
months.
you're excited. I know
Oh,
that.
yeah, no idea.
Yeah.
You're fucking
I've
excited.
been wanting to talk about this for like ages now. Ever since the fucking like Sony announced movies coming out. I saw that. I didn't see that.
Let me be subtle.
Damn it, dude, like,
Sorry, guys.
can you comment?
Hilarious. Oh my god. Ever since Sony announced the new movies coming out from Venom to Morbius and then to Craven Hunter,
Is that official? Craven
Yes.
the Hunter?
Yes, it's official.
God almighty.
I can check your sourcage.
Being a journalist major.
Yes.
According to eboardIGN.com,
According to Wikipedia.
Wikipedia?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. We'll
That's
get
the
to
thing.
it.
true, actually.
That's a Star Wars.
Guys, we all know that the best website is Kotaku. All right, like chill.
What's Kotaku?
No, that's not.
I don't know what Kotaku.
It's what's
No.
Kotaku.
Hey,
Kodak
hey.
moment? No.
He's my favorite rapper, man.
No.
That's
Hey.
All right, no. Continue.
I was gonna say IGN, but okay.
Okay. Ignorant. Anyway.
So since these new movies came out, I have my suspicions of Sony's plan to bring Spider-Man into this universe because it is no coincidence that Sony is making all these spin-off movies for, wait for it, Spider-Man villains without bringing in Spider-Man.
Okay.
Seems highly suspect to me, too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like weird.
I mean,
too.
they've been
I saw it
quiet,
coming.
Really. They've been
Really?
pretty quiet.
I never saw it. actually.
When they were, I mean, yeah, but like they did the Venom movie, and then they're like, oh, Jared Leto's gonna be Morbius,
Right.
and then at that moment I was like, another Spider-Man villain.
and then
and then they were like, oh yeah, Kraven the Hunter's happening, and we're gonna base it off Kraven's Last Hunt and everything. It's like,
all right, all right. I'm
no,
like Sony, we're on to you.
I'm just like,
I've noticed.
I mean, cool.
Yeah. I'm afraid they're going to make Morbius into a musical starring the bad guy from Blade Runner 2049 singing a musical or something like that.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Hey, don't.
Oh, yeah, that is Jared
Hey,
Leto.
Hey,
Jared Leto.
don't diss my boy Jared Leto. All
I'm
right.
not
We
dissing
won't.
him. I'm not dissing him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I will say this though: the last album, which was 30 Seconds to Mars, right?
I don't listen to
This
that.
is
That album,
I don't
American.
listen.
could have been a lot better.
It could have been
Yeah.
so much better.
I'm just saying.
Hey, all
That's the
right.
only flaw I have with that. Anyway, just
Um,
random note.
So,
Did we start yet, by the way?
Yeah, we started.
Oh, okay, cool.
So pretty much with the entire Sony Marvel thing going on, I think Sony had a plan to bring back Spider-Man anyways once they finish his chapter. But once Disney said we want more money.
They wanted to split it
No,
50-50.
no, it
No.
was 50-50.
Actually, they wanted 70-30. That's what Disney
70.
wanted.
Where's your source?
Originally, yes, but they dialed it back to 50-50.
Yeah.
They did, okay.
Apparently.
Apparently,
Of course, Disney
did.
Apparently.
got greedy.
Apparently,
Again.
Apparently,
Yeah, that's
I
the
mean,
story.
that's
I
the
mean-
story that Disney got greedy.
I mean,
So-
I get the story, but to me, it's highly suspect because because the thing of it is with all this deal going on back and forth, I feel like that's how contracts work. Originally, it was what was it that Marvel was going to get like 10% or something? I don't know.
Marvel was going to get Disney
Yeah.
was going to get I think 40 or 60%.
Okay, I got you. Well,
Somewhere around that margin, from 42 to 60% is what I've heard.
Well,
Already.
that's good. But to me, within the 5 years that this has happened, times change. Businesses have to evolve, and although I don't blame Disney for doing this, I do think that it's technically greedy,
And they're
but
bad timing.
it is a type of progressive thing for a business to do that.
No, of course, but
They
they
make
might.
enough money.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Disney,
They do, bro.
Disney is
Mickey
like
Mouse?
Disney is close enough to be a fucking monopoly as it is already.
They are a monopoly.
They are a monopoly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right.
They control
They
your
are.
child.
How many channels do they own?
More than enough.
They got ESPN.
They got
They got
CBS,
Star Wars.
ABC.
They got most of Marvel.
Nat Geo and Animal Planet.
They have
Fox.
all of the freaking
Not yet.
Disney
Not yet.
movies that we all
20th.
love.
Yes. They don't have Fox News and they don't have Fox Sports.
But they do have 20th Century.
Or HBO.
Right
HBO
now
owned by
it is.
Disney
Yes, they
too?
do.
Is
No,
HBO
I don't think HBO's owned by Disney.
Okay, that's good.
No.
Good.
I don't think they would allow. I don't think HBO.
Yeah,
Would be,
would allow
I think
that.
HBO would be like, no, we're gonna continue doing.
No, the
it.
Game of Thrones will be cut out.
Keep your mittens off my HBO, you dirty rat.
Hey,
It's okay. They ruined it themselves.
They caused.
I'm not
they
a
did this.
I'm not a Game of Thrones, so I don't know shit about it.
season 8 sucked.
Alright, pretty much. I was a fan of the way Sony handled it. Even though it could have been a lot better than them handling it from a standpoint.
Yeah.
They did do the right thing in my opinion by bringing back Spider-Man. Because for me personally, I know many people would like agree with me, would kill me for this, for saying this, but I wasn't personally a fan of the way Disney handled Spider-Man in the MCU. So that's just my thing.
He's wrong, but
I know that.
I'm kidding. Okay,
No,
no.
he's not kidding.
And you're happy that
Everybody's got an
you're
opinion.
happy
Yeah.
that Sony is bringing their homeboy back.
Yes, I'm happy because the way they've been running the ball recently, from Venom to Spider-Verse,
Venom was a start.
Wait,
It's the
Wait.
start of something beautiful.
it's what they did originally with the.
Could you say that again with the Venom and the Spider-Verse?
Oh my lord.
This time we
just put your shameless plug in right now.
you have the Venom Blu-ray right on your hands right now, and the Spider-Verse
second.
one.
Which Spider-Verse did you, or which Spider-Man
I'm gonna
movie
get
did you
Spider-Verse
like?
in 4K.
Venom and Spider-Verse. There you go. Promote your shit, Elliot. You fucking geek.
I think I see it because this is the Brace of Nerd experience. So
You
I
fucking
mean,
geek.
he's the one in charge.
Yeah. Of recording. I'm the one in charge of editing shit.
Yeah. But going back to what are you saying when you're saying that I'm glad that they're bringing Spider-Man back?
Because in a sense that most of these, for example, the villains that we're getting for Sonyverse, Venom, Morbius, Carnage,
Craven.
Craven, are all main Spider-Man villains that we have never seen on screen except for Venom and Spider-Man 3, and that we don't talk about.
no, we will talk about it.
No, we're not.
awful.
Whole
No, you're gonna piss me
debate
off
that.
if you do that.
Exactly.
I'll
So,
stand up for Spider-Man 3 until the day I die, man. Sorry, I like
so
it.
we're sitting down then.
It's
Huh?
it's good.
So we're sitting down
Honestly,
then.
Anyway.
Oh, you
Spider-Man
can
3
roast it all you want. I don't care. Just
It's
go for it.
There's some problems with it, but it's a pretty okay film.
Okay, film, yeah, but the Venom in that film was shit.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. Let's just say this right now. The
No.
Venom in that movie was shit.
yeah.
Go
Yeah.
for
The
Topher
whole
Grace is
plot.
my
Go for-
favorite.
go for Grace.
Go for
You know what the
Grace.
worst part about that character is though for me?
The voice?
No, not even that. It's like he played Eddie Brock, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he played Eddie.
That was Eddie Brock. Okay, guys,
Edward
it's been a
Brock.
long time since I've watched Spider-Man 3.
It's Brock,
I don't
sir.
plan on
Edward
it.
Brock Jr.
Is Eddie Brock's son?
I'm jealous of you, Peter. Nah. Anyway, but
You
My-
did it to my son again.
what there was,
Oh,
I
no.
liked Eddie Brock before Venom. Like Topher Grace played the perfect character. He played a douchebag who was supposed to rival Peter Parker, and everything up till Venom was like, I can get behind this. This is fine. And then it's like, and then
Venom
it's the
happened.
bell scene, and then he's like, "Ah! Ah!" And I'm like, okay.
I
What's
just-
happening
Is
here?
this the birth? Is this it? And then we see Skinny Venom, and it's like, wow, wow. This is so this is how you drop the ball.
He's posing for Oprah Winfrey's new magazine.
You know, it's also bad when Sam Raimi doesn't even talk about Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
what's it called?
Because he was only supposed to have Sandman in it, but then Sony was really crazy about you gotta add
Venom.
Venom. You gotta add Venom. He's like, it's stupid. But
That's why it was rushed.
I mean, like,
I think for what they did, like honestly, like looking back at it, I think the writers did
the best they could.
the best they could because
With what they
actually
had.
it was actually kind of cool, like integrating
That's true.
Flint Marko with Sandman, and then like
He played
putting
with
the
Sandman.
black suit on there. He did play good.
I
Thomas
did-
Hayden Church was really good.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that they tried to connect Flint Marko
to
to
Death
Uncle
of
Ben's
Uncle Ben.
death.
Yeah.
Really,
I
I
did
kind
not
of
like
like
that.
that though.
I didn't like that because
It was a nice choice.
even comic books, Peter faults himself for him killing Uncle Ben. Or the fault of the guy killing Uncle Ben.
Well, but doesn't he still think that? Like when that's why he's like, wait, I have a
He-
chance to redeem myself and to
He
kill
still-
Marco.
I mean,
The point was never to redeem himself.
No.
It was just it's the basic instinct of getting revenge for what happened,
Okay.
But then he learns later on that it's not the way.
Learn to make himself a better person.
Exactly, you see?
Right.
and then once Peter learned that, I felt that like they kind of like forced that into the story. Okay, listen, Sandman was one who killed him, Uncle Ben, instead of the guy.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Real quick.
So that
I
was
got-
like
real quick. I gotta point this. In Spider-Verse, that little Easter egg with the whole dance in front of the
We
doors.
don't talk.
that was great.
We don't talk. We don't talk about the dance.
Hey,
Did
that's
y'all
the
see?
part-
Did y'all
I
see the meme? Did y'all see the meme that's like surfacing right now, where it's like this is the best crossover in,
Oh,
in
yeah,
history, and
Joker
it's Joker dancing, and it's fucking Tobey Maguire.
Because
and
like
I'm like,
See,
wow, the internet really knows how to like fuck me up right now.
the first one who actually made that design was actually Boss Logic.
Boss logic.
And even then, that design has gotten way more and
It's a
more
meme.
complex.
It's a meme.
No. It's like that meme has grown more complex. Like,
It's
he's
a
added
meme.
more
That
characters.
doesn't mean a meme can't
It's-
be
I mean, it's
enjoyable.
supposed
Look
to
at
be
them.
simple.
Into the Spider-Verse is partially made out of memes.
Hey, but you see,
Best
Alright.
we're not gonna compare Amazing. We're not gonna
Okay.
compare Spider-Man 3 with Spider-Verse. That's a massacre. That's a slaughter.
All right, so back to the Sony Marvel thing.
Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Do you guys think that it was? Oh, sorry, one question.
Take
Are
two.
you are you guys happy with Sony bringing back Spider-Man, or should have Sony let Marvel or Disney keep Spider-Man?
I'm with Jose.
Uh,
yes-
it's
yes or no-
50-50.
yes
It's
and no.
50-50.
I'm split on that. Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword because unless they bring back Spectacular Spider-Man for a third season, I'm sorry. That's
I didn't expect that.
That's-
Neither did I.
that's
I didn't
what-
see that one.
no,
coming.
because that's one of my favorite shows of all time, and it does the
Yeah.
character incredible justice.
But
That and they have incorporate Gwen Stacy. They incorporate all the Osborn
But like-
directly.
but
they
like-
incorporate the Sinister Six.
Wait, did they incorporate the real Gwen Stacy, the bitch?
Yeah, well,
The
well,
bitch?
yes.
You mean
there's-
the one
Did
that-
she sleep with Norman?
No, she didn't.
Okay, then I don't care
No,
about
she
that show.
didn't.
Sorry, I hate Gwen Stacy.
in general.
I hate Gwen Stacy.
Yeah,
What did she do to you?
She
the
slept
first-
with Norman Osborn the night before.
I know that.
died.
But wasn't that like
She cheated on
wasn't that
Peter.
an alternate
With his
Gwen
villain.
Was it alternate
No,
Gwen Stacy?
no,
Oh, it's wait the main Gwen Stacy.
that's the main Gwen Stacy.
Apparently, yeah.
Yo, Gwen, what the hell? If you're out there,
I mean, you can fact check me, but last time I read,
yeah.
Oh.
Gwen, if you're out, oh no, you're dead. But if we could
Who would
continue,
even want to sleep with James Franco?
oh my lord,
no, Gwen Stacy.
Norman,
Oh,
Norman.
Okay.
So Willem
Willem
Dafoe.
Okay, I don't blame her. Okay.
I'm sorry, but like, we need to have a talk when this is over. Anyway, but
All right.
I say 50-50
Yeah,
to
I would say
your.
50.
Yes.
50-50?
50-50.
All 50-50?
Like, you
50-50
know
on
what? I'm gonna take like from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I'm gonna do the 50-50.
For me, I'm actually pretty happy about this.
I'm
I'm pretty happy. For one,
Well, I mean, you didn't like the Disney Spider-Man.
For
the way
me-
they did it
for
anyway.
me, I was a fan of Tom Holland. I love him as Spider-Man. I'm glad they're keeping him.
It's just the route they took with
Wait,
Spider-Man.
are they
Exactly.
keeping him?
Yes,
Is that
they're keeping
official?
They're
Yes,
keeping
no, they're
him.
keeping him.
Good, good.
They're
good.
keeping
All
him.
right.
that got me, but I'm just okay. So unlike Mr. Kenster here, I was a huge fan of what they were doing with Spider-Man in the MCU.
Right. Yeah.
I was a very big fan. It was
I like the
it was a
twist.
completely different thing, and they even said that they were gonna do a completely different story than what had ever been done in comic books.
Yeah.
Even though I'm pretty sure they were gonna take a lot of inspirations from Parker Industries.
They did, yeah. From the,
I'm pretty sure that even though it was gonna be original, there were gonna be a lot of like callbacks to that series of comic books.
It also would have been really
And-
cool to see him going to college.
Yeah,
That would've been
man.
Interesting to
And-
see him like intern and
Also-
let him.
also, for example, it's kind of like it's a situation with Joker that it's not based on comics, but it's inspired by it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I was a fan because I get it, Spider-Man. Uncle
It's-
Ben died. Okay, it's like it literally the Uncle Ben thing is like the Martha and Wayne. It's like the Wayne
Thomas and
story.
Martha.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like yes, we
Martha
get
and
it.
Thomas Wayne.
His parents were killed in a fucking alleyway. This doesn't make us sad anymore.
Yeah, the only time I think that's really effective is when in Flashpoint Paradox when Thomas Wayne became Batman. And
That was
Well,
a nice choice.
But,
when I saw it.
but again, that's because it was something different, and we
Right,
had never
that's
seen
why-
that
That's why
before.
that's like I'm adding on to what you're saying.
Okay, yeah,
So I like
I
that.
liked it.
But I agree with you. It's just it's at this point where you know what's been really cool though to see in the MCU.
What?
I've been hoping to see if this was a thing.
Oh, I gotta-
Tobey Maguire as Uncle Ben.
that would have been a nice little
It would have
nod.
been dope, but
Yeah.
I would have liked
but-
that,
but
honestly.
I think now because Disney was our here's the thing. Disney with their casting are very particular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
I think now with Sony because both Andrew Garfield and both Maguire were part of Sony.
Both of them.
Yeah, so so both were part of Sony, and I think that they could iterate the kind of Easter eggs that like they were in this universe but different people.
Yeah.
Or as maybe later on during the years have a Sony verse.
Perhaps.
Maybe later on
In the
like,
future.
Future, exactly.
And
Yeah.
who says you can't have a movie around product placement?
Look
Sony, right? Look at the
Spider-Verse.
No, but I'm serious. Look at the Lego movie. They could do something like that as well, but with
Yeah,
Sony. But I don't
Just-
think we're ready for it.
With good writing comes great responsibility.
And Chris Pratt.
That's original.
Yeah.
I love that.
But like I
And
was
Chris
saying,
Pratt.
That's copyright.
but like I was saying with the MCU, I was a fan. I really liked where they were going with it, and I actually do support Sony on this decision
Mhm.
because from what I've been reading, it does seem that Disney did get a little too money hungry, and they were like, "We want more," and Sony's
Again.
like, "No, no, no,
Reel it back in. Time
He's
to reel
ours.
it in.
He's ours, not yours."
Because as if Disney didn't have enough with the Fantastic Four
Exactly.
and X-Men back in their
Yeah,
in
exactly.
their grasp.
My only problem now is that the MCU is gonna get hurt very badly
It's gonna
because
It's already
it's-
been stabbed in the heart, but it's not dead.
exactly, but like you can tell they spent a lot of time
Building this
building
Yeah.
Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like
Disney
they
screw-
spent 5 movies building up him as like the
next
next
one.
Iron Man, the like the sequel to Iron Man and everything,
now
which I
it's
was
gone.
okay with because
I liked it.
it was gonna be like the story of like, okay, I gotta get away from Tony's shadow and I have to become my own hero.
Stretch
And I was
yourself,
like,
yeah.
okay with that. Let's see where this goes. And now this setup is like
Gone.
poof, and it's
Now-
like, where
now-
did it go?
I think that like Disney's thing
And
they
I
can do
am
now.
not faithful with. I don't have a lot of faith in Sony to bring Spider-Man live action because the last time Sony tried,
I mean,
they failed
well,
hard.
Not wrong on
well, do take in mind that was not Sony's fault. They had the idea there, but the writers
I'm
and
talking Amazing Spider-Man.
The
yeah,
Amazing
it's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Their only
First-
live action Spider-Man. Yeah.
I feel
well,
bad for
for-
Garfield.
first one
I don't.
was pretty mediocre. It had
It's bad.
Yeah.
no, here's the
The
thing.
whole thing.
First
was
one compared to
Jeez,
second
I'm gonna
one.
spend a.
Okay,
But
listen.
like-
Okay,
but
listen.
Like,
listen.
why is Amazing Spider-Man like not just mediocre?
Because of for one, the first movie was a pretty good start to the Andrew Garfield trilogy that was supposed to happen. Good start with the Lizard. Good start with the casting of Garfield. But I feel that like the second movie was one that just dropped the ball for the entire thing. People loved Garfield in that first movie. People were
People were okay with him.
people
I
were okay
loved
with
him. I loved him to death.
And then once the second movie came out, everyone shitballed it. Everyone shitballed it once the second movie came out.
I watched it and I was.
No. The worst Spider-Man movie.
Oh, you're
No.
exaggerating, bro.
The absolute worst.
No, the worst.
No, it's bad. It's bad.
Now, will I admit that the first movie is
Better, yes.
1,000 times better than the second one? Yes,
Yes.
I will gladly say that.
Yeah.
The
Because
second one was a train wreck. I'll give you one thing from the second movie. The beginning when he's swinging around.
yes.
Yeah.
But once he starts doing stuff, it's like.
The suit was pretty cool.
For example,
The
I
villain.
didn't like the suit.
Really?
No,
The suit.
Suit was
second one?
okay.
I
think
did
the second
not
was
like
better.
the suit.
Suit was okay.
I did
Better-
not
better
like
than
it.
the first one.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah. That was.
Check,
Yeah.
check this out. The first one to me was something that I've never seen from a Spider-Man suit before.
it was gay.
No, it wasn't.
He was wearing a basketball.
Alright.
Yeah, it was.
Not-
Alright.
Not so. It seems like something that I would believe that someone from high school would actually make. Like I'm not gonna exaggerate.
I'm sorry.
It's
So
something,
someone with the intelligence of Peter Parker to make a suit.
yeah,
Yeah.
something rudimentary, something that like.
I'm
someone
sorry,
like
I'm
I
Peter
have
sorry.
would
nothing.
make.
I have
I'm
nothing
sorry.
against the ingenuity of it.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
I get it.
Spandex,
high school student
Spandex,
makes his own
more
suit. It's obviously.
spandex.
Everything.
fuck
Everything
It's not gonna.
is spandex.
I get it. You know, like the whole high school thing. Like he's a high schooler. I get that.
Mhm.
You couldn't make. I mean, the far from home, the homecoming suit before Tony Stark gave him the suit. That thing looked 10 times better than
Yep.
basketball.
yes,
Yeah,
it did.
It did.
Oh, by the way,
Nah.
it's pretty dim in the camera.
Huh?
Pretty dim.
Yeah, it's pretty dim.
So yeah, everyone can fix it. It's not as bright.
Right.
I'm a horror movie villain.
All right, Pennywise.
Yo, that's something for another time.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so-
can still get
All right, so back to the Sony Marvel thing. What do you guys hope on seeing from this new Sony Marvel deal? That's Spider-Man's back in Sony. What do you guys hope on seeing?
Sinister Six.
Sinister Six.
If they can get there.
If they get the rights to him.
That's why.
Brandon?
No, they got the rights to.
No, I mean, how can they develop them? That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I said the wrong thing.
Because they already got Craven.
They have everything. They have everything.
Everything.
Brandon, go.
Pretty much the same thing. The Sinister Six. They just have to build it up to the right point in order for it to execute properly.
Okay, Andres?
I hope they do Max Dillon justice
Yes.
because
So you agree that Electro was bad in Amazing Spider-Man 2 then?
no, I heavily disagree with it.
But
the fact is-
all right.
Here's-
That's
but
for another time.
here's-
That's for another time.
I hated his design.
But here's
Your
the
point.
thing. Although it was named in some countries, it's named The Rise of Electro, even though Electro's in it for like what 10 minutes. That's
Yeah,
it.
in the movie?
In the movie, he's
No.
there for a full 10 minutes.
Can people please get out of the way? Oh my god! I need people to get out the way.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous. It was a ridiculous
it was
thing.
so
But
That's
I
was
gotta,
that you?
I gotta admit,
Huh?
I gotta
That's
admit,
that
at
you?
least
Really?
Jamie Foxx gave the impression that
That's what
he
he sounded
wanted
like in
to
the
be
movie.
there.
He looked like an over... what's his name? From the...
He looked like an orange that had a crap ton of steroids
You
pumped
look
into
like
it.
Urkel's like him in like 20 years.
Yes.
So Jaleel White,
Who?
Jaleel White, the guy
who
who
does
played
Steve Urkel right now.
Oh, I didn't know that was his name.
That's his name.
I
Yeah.
thought his name was just Urkel.
But I hope that Max Dillon's backstory in one of these movies from Sony can actually get a little bit more developed because Max Dillon is actually a pretty cool character. You know,
Yes.
Yes,
take
he
it,
is.
Yeah,
take
he
it.
is. I
Like,
agree.
like
Come on,
Gwen-
Spider-Man.
like-
This was a chase.
check out this comparison. Like Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man, it would survive a movie from Max Dillon if it was completely separated from Spider-Man because he's that much of a cool villain.
Do you know the YouTube reviewer named Chris Stuckman?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, I
yes.
know that one.
Yes.
Watch his Amazing Spider-Man reviews.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
Okay,
I
then
disagree
they-
with all of them.
All right, later. Later. I know where this is
ladies
going.
and gentlemen, he disagrees with logic. And-
All right, later. After another fucking session.
But that's not a stab against Chris Stuckman. I love the guy. He's pretty cool.
yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
Jose,
fucking
He's
cool.
what do you hope I'm seeing from the new Spider-Man to Sony?
Honestly, a good fucking live action Spider-Man movie.
done right.
Done right.
That, like something good.
Can Sony-
Please,
can
in the
Sony-
name
can
of the
Sony learn from
Lord.
their mistakes?
please do not do Uncle Ben again.
Yeah.
Just tread over that.
That's what. That's
just
the
be
other
like, oh
thing.
yeah, Uncle Ben died. Like we get it. We don't need to
That's-
see it again.
That's also why I was kind of disappointed with the Disney Marvel thing.
We don't need to see that again.
No, not that. Was that I didn't mind that Disney Marvel didn't show his death again.
That's right.
I'm like,
Just like
you know
his
what?
future.
Different take. But they completely waved over that fact that he was
I
dead.
did.
They mentioned him what? And it was smart people not saying his name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
No,
like-
dude.
and it was also because they didn't have the rights to Uncle Ben.
I mean, even then, like he wasn't affected by him at all.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
can't
that's why?
mention the guy by name. You,
No,
you don't have
no,
the rights to
That,
him.
that's
No, no,
where-
no,
that's
no.
So they
I know.
said it by
I
line.
get that, but I'm saying like Peter Parker was not even affected or motivated by the fact of Uncle Ben.
That's-
being dead.
That's
where-
probably because it happened a long time ago.
It happened.
Even
He's
then,
Spider-Man
It
for a
happened.
while.
It happened 6 months before Civil
That's a
War. happened.
pretty
That's-
long
That's a pretty
time.
long time. And I have to agree with Jose here because he does harken back to it, but at the same time, Marvel knows that you know the story, so they don't baby you.
That's
No,
that's
no.
why I was.
I get that.
That's why I
But I'm
like
saying
the
is,
way
like-
they started with the MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I hated Homecoming.
I just don't want it. It's like I said before. It's the Batman thing.
Yeah.
I don't need to know
No, it's
that
fine.
about. I don't need to know because we've seen it 1,000 times. Just
Yeah.
tread over it. You can mention Uncle Ben once or twice.
But
We
just
get
drop it.
Well,
died.
MCU was good because it didn't even mention Ben. She goes, "Oh, she's going through a hard time." They didn't even mention Uncle Ben.
And,
Which-
Well, because
is fine.
they didn't
And
because
again-
they couldn't use that. They couldn't use Uncle Ben.
Sony
That's why they
didn't let
didn't
him-
mention him like
Yeah.
that.
and yet again,
Which is
still,
good.
his main motivation for these movies was not just to from Homecoming to I think it
Far
was
From Home?
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
From Homecoming to Infinity War,
Yeah.
his main thing was to only impress Tony Stark.
Well, actually, that's not true.
Yeah.
It was in the beginning of Homecoming that he wanted to impress Tony Stark, but after Homecoming, he didn't want to impress Tony Stark anymore.
It's true.
He let her
That's
be.
that's the reason. That's the ending of Homecoming. It's Peter saying, "I don't need to be an Avenger to be a hero. I'm
That's why
already.
he
I'm.
turned
That's
down-
why
I'm
he
I'm-
turned. He
that's
turned
why he
down-
turned down the role.
Yeah,
No,
or turned
That's
down
why he
the
turned down
to
Tony.
join the Avengers.
No, I get that. But I'm
First.
saying, even still, just the entire thing of the villains from. All right, so
Yeah, because that's part of the story.
no, I get that. But I'm saying like Why
I'm
does
just
every
saying.
villain of
Sorry.
Spider-Man come into the story have to be related to Tony Stark in any sense?
Wait, are we talking about MCU?
The MCU.
MCU.
Because
Well, not really Vulture.
Vulture, yes, because
Vulture had his own one.
Herman Munz wasn't even there. It wasn't even related that much.
Herman Munz.
That's the shocker.
okay, well,
There was a version
Okay.
of
Oh,
Shocker.
I thought the monsters. For a second.
people were really mad about Shocker, but I'm here like there are a lot of comic book movies that have like these small villain roles, and then like those villains don't do anything.
Shocker's cool, but he doesn't really do much.
Yeah, exactly. It's like just
example,
let it
Shocker and Spider-Man PS4 didn't have that much big role, but you thought the
But
he was cool.
His
I
suit
thought it-
was good. Like I liked
Yeah.
Shocker a lot from
And I liked
from
the
the
voice.
old animated series in the '90s.
And
But
who
like
knows?
I was like,
Who
oh.
knows? Maybe he'll make a comeback now in
Yeah.
in the Sonyverse.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
I was bummed. Like, oh, really Shocker? But it wasn't like, oh my god.
I mean,
For
I
me-
was surprised that Shocker was in there, but it was
Yeah,
cool.
the Tinkerer was also in Homecoming.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Tinkerer was in the
Oh yeah, I
Homecoming.
think it was the nerd guy with the glasses.
Yeah, the fat dude,
Yeah,
dude
no,
who
yeah,
worked for who worked
Yeah.
for Toons.
You know,
That was Tinker.
you know, you're like, oh hi.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, yeah.
Hello there.
I just like honest like it
I thought it was
makes
a
sense.
gravity gun.
Okay. Honestly, like it makes sense why Tony Stark, why Peter Parker wanted to, because he didn't have a father figure because obviously Uncle Ben wasn't there. He also
And his parents died.
Yeah, that's
That's
and
obvious for
also
me.
it was just it makes sense because of Civil War. Like he reaches out to him, he's like, okay, I just started being Spider-Man. This is Iron Man going out of my way. How many times have this ever happened?
It's the same thing with the villain thing. It's these superhero appearances that happen. For example,
Yeah.
in Civil War, he's there for like what 5 or 6 minutes. That's
Yeah.
it.
About that time.
Yeah.
But that's fine though.
But he makes the most of it. He makes it
Yes.
like
Yeah, I
like
Stole
what's
the
it?
show.
controversial opinion.
Yeah,
I do not like Civil War. I do not like that
No,
movie.
no,
I didn't like
it's
it,
fair.
no.
Why? Like,
But-
I think it's okay.
but
yeah.
from a plot and story perspective, I do not like that movie. I think it's one of the worst plot wise in MCU.
You're wrong, but okay. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's okay.
This time.
But I will admit, on a
This time.
technical level, like the fight scenes, the choreography,
Oh, that's
the
it, that's
camera work,
Everything was good.
I
That's
will always
expected,
say
yeah.
that the Russo brothers know how to make a good action sequence.
That's-
Isn't
yeah.
Civil War just Avengers 2.5?
Yeah,
I just get that from Screen Junkies.
Yes.
yeah, I have a whole thing that I can say. about Civil War,
Plagiarism.
but not now. Oh boy,
That's a rant for another day.
that's a rant.
Now, for me, why I'm excited for this Sonyverse with Spider-Man. For one, we finally get to see on the big screen, if they do it, Carnage, Venom,
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Well, yeah,
But
yes,
If they plan to do it, and do it right.
But at the same time,
Carnage.
we have just lost out on Deadpool Spider-Man, Wolverine and Spider-Man,
Oh,
and
but-
Moon Knight and
oh.
Spider-Man.
That's true. But we will still see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I guess.
What honestly to me is something I've been wanting more to see than the Spider-Man.
I've been wanting
Deadpool.
to see Deadpool.
I just
but-
want to see what
I wanted to see Deadpool and Spider-Man because I want them to do what they did in what I forget which animated show it was,
Ultimate Spider-Man.
where it was like,
Ultimate.
was it Ultimate Spider-Man?
Ultimate Spider-Man.
from 2012. Yeah.
Yeah,
just out.
I wanted them to do that in the movie where like the movie's rated PG-13 and like the entire movie. I don't remember where I read this, but it was like can we just have like a Spider-Man Deadpool movie where like it's rated PG-13 and the entire time Deadpool acknowledges that he can only say fuck one time in the entire movie, so he has to
That'd be
save
cool.
it up. He's like this is so fudging annoying, and it's like, were you gonna say something else? It's like I was, but it's PG-13. I gotta save it for a better moment. Yeah, exactly. And Spider was like, "What's PG-13?"
No. How about Spider-Man says "What the fuck" at the end of the movie?
Yeah, that's exactly what. Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens. Like Spider-Man says that he's like, Jesus, that was fucking insane, and Deadpool's like, ah!
That would be incredible.
Why? The movie just ends right there.
I will say mostly because I would like that to happen. I just want to see Ryan Reynolds again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
that's true.
And he
But
could
yeah, you
se-
are
He
right.
could
You
sell
are
it.
right.
Yeah.
Like if Sony does the Carnage, Venom, and Spider-Man thing correctly, because as we all know, Venom cannot fucking beat Carnage on his own. He has asked for help from Spider-Man and
If-
others
He can,
to beat this fucker.
he's strong enough to overpower both Spider-Man and Venom at the same time.
I
This
know,
guy
That's
is
why I
ruthlessly
will say
tough.
this. I have to say this. That's the one thing. If the whole Carnage thing does happen, like once they get to that
It's rated
point,
R. It has to be rated R.
not only that, if Venom
Oh
actually
my God.
can overpower Carnage, which comic book wise, that's not supposed to happen.
Swear
If
to
they
God.
do that, I'm gonna be so
I
mad.
swear to God, if the trailer comes out and I watch that trailer and at the end it says rated PG-13,
I'm gonna.
I'm not gonna go watch it in theaters.
Can we have a Ryan Reynolds PSA before the movie saying this is bullshit?
Yes. Hey, I'll take that in.
I swear to God, the movie has Carnage in it. It has to be art.
Yeah.
Carnage is the most racist, like
Sadistic.
All
Like
the-
he's
all the big
in
things-
comic books.
Misogynistic, yeah.
In comic books, he just like kills children for fun.
He
He's like, ha ha ha
He
ha.
throws a baby out the window. He does like a Michael
And-
Jackson
I
thing.
was just gonna say that.
And what better person to play this versus
Can
fuck
you have to speak
than
in
Woody
the microphone?
Harrelson?
Woody
Yes,
Harrelson.
yeah,
Woody
like
Harrelson.
we get it. Like Woody Harrelson is gonna play him, and that's great. But if they don't let Woody Harrelson go insane, I'm gonna have a problem because it's like this
No,
is
you.
a role
I
where you're
mean,
supposed to
I
go
will
insane.
also
No,
say
you.
he set the
The fan
tone at the
backlash,
end
though.
of Venom movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was okay with Venom being PG-13 in the end because
I was okay with
they
it.
made a pretty decent movie out of it.
Yeah,
Like I was like,
I mean,
okay.
it was saved by Tom Hardy.
Have you got? Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah.
As you can see in the new we have an episode coming up about Venom. Stay tuned for that.
Venom.
Venom.
So-
So honestly, so
First, as we're all excited for this new Sony verse that's happening, any final words on what you guys think is gonna happen, or what you guys think is going to how do you guys feel
Take two.
overall? All right, how do you guys feel overall about this?
honestly, I just hope for a good Spider-Verse 2 because my boy Miguel O'Hara will be in 2099. I am also
Oh,
ready.
yeah.
I'm ready
Oh.
for that spin-off with Spider-Man Noir.
Noir, you
Noir.
friggin'
What did I say?
pleb.
You said new.
Noir.
Noir.
Noir, yeah.
It's
Noir.
noir.
Same shit.
Shut the fuck up, you Irish
What
bastard.
is it? Noir and
Noir. Fuck off. This
Who
is
gives
noir.
a shit? Tomato.
Who gives a
Hakuna Matata. Fuck you.
Hakuna
Who
Matata.
gives a noir?
Who gives a
Who goes in Noir?
Who gives a
Noir, yeah.
Who cares?
But,
There are bigger problems. to worry about.
Continue before we get off topic again.
Again.
Let's go.
So, anyway, so, no, I'm excited for those two. The Spider-Man game, I'm excited for.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, like, I do feel like, Sony will be able to create a good Spider-Verse. It's a shame that we can't have them in the same universe. Like, I would love to see Spider-Man with the Fantastic Four.
That'd be
I would
awesome.
love
Oh
to see
yeah, the
them.
Future
Also-
Foundation suit will never happen.
I would love to.
I mean, honestly, I love that suit to death. It's my favorite suit of all time. There are many other good suits that they could do.
Yeah,
For
they-
example, the Ultimate Spider-Man suit, that suit they had at Far From Home was gorgeous. The black and red suit, amazing.
I love the black and red suit.
That's amazing. The Ultimate Spider-Man suit was in my top 5.
Top 5?
In my top 5 suits for Spider-Man.
What's your top 5?
Not now, later.
On the spot. Okay.
Later.
On the
Not
spot,
now, later.
right now, do it.
Bombastic Bagman. And
No, I would very much love to see a version of a scene in the comics where Spider-Man just happens to drop by the Fantastic Four building and he ends up kicking the crap out of everyone. Like I'm serious.
and he wields the hammer of Thor. And then,
No. Actually, this
I
is
wish
a scene.
Stan Lee
This
did
is a
that.
scene that actually happens. He sideswipes Mr. Fantastic. He throws Thing through a wall. He using the spider sense. He senses Invisible Woman, elbows her right. He whips up Human Torch, traps him. He defeats the Fantastic Four without even trying. I'm serious.
man.
This is what happens.
Speaking-
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, honestly, I just feel like he can take on the entire Fantastic Four.
Or, the entire, or like most of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, because Spider-Man is a lot more powerful than
Then people-
than
people
most
think.
people
Yeah.
think.
He can. They say you
He-
can lift up to 10 tons, but he has
He
lifted.
held up
way
the
more.
Empire State Building.
He did.
Oh, yeah, he
Well,
did.
Yeah, he did.
He held up the entire Empire State Building. That shot in Homecoming when he's lifting that, that's a direct homage to that moment when he's like holding the whole building.
The
Are you sure it wasn't? I thought it was a homage to the time where
Excuse me, it's homage.
it's an homage. I'm sorry.
Homage.
It's a,
Homage.
No, excuse me, don't back my head.
I thought it was an homage to when Spider-Man was just trapped. He couldn't get out of under like 136 tons of metal. But then he was like, I can't quit. Not with everyone depending on me, you know. So that was the building.
Yeah, that was the building.
That was an underwater base.
No,
Are we talking? Are you sure you're talking about the same?
I think we're talking about two different
Okay.
things.
I think
Okay,
we're
anyway,
on.
moving on.
But
Yeah.
moving on. Yeah, like he's a lot stronger
Yeah, he's
than
a lot stronger
people
than
actually
give him.
think. Like he actually needs like Superman. He holds back
Yeah.
when he punches. He's like using like I think it was
10%.
10-20% of his force.
The dude can bend the steel of a screw with no
Yeah, because
effort at
yeah,
all.
because when in the I
No,
remember
he got a fly in fucking Amazing Spider-Man.
well, yeah,
too.
but I remember because in the comic books when Peter and Doc Ock's minds switched and Doc Ock became Spider-Man, he
That was
punched
cool.
somebody like really hard, like
he punched
full
Scorpion.
100.
He punched Scorpion in the
And it
mouth.
killed
It
him.
broke his jaw.
You know that in the new Spider-Man show, they just did that now.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
The new one.
Yeah.
The new.
I need to see
The
that now.
Union?
I'm interested.
But like yeah, like he punches Scorpion's jaw and it completely shatters, and then you could just see Doc Ock Spider-Man going, Peter, what the fuck?
Are you holding back? What is this? And then the time he beats the shit out of Wolverine.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome.
All right, so
But,
Anyway,
yeah.
wrap it up.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts, Brandon. You're up.
I will say that I am looking forward to what Sony's gonna be doing now that they have a system and a timeline of how things are gonna play out for the movies.
Unlike Marvel, there's no system. This is go for it.
Well,
Anyway,
there's a system, but
You don't
Very done very weirdly.
you don't pull Phase
And their own
5
way.
just after Phase 4, man. That to
Yeah,
me is
exactly,
just
that's what I'm saying,
something
very
wrong,
Honestly,
you
I don't know.
know?
Like the MCU just seems like I don't know. I just sometimes
They're a
things-
mess now. They're a
things-
mess.
Things need to end. I don't know. It's just
no, well the thing about
they need a break.
what yeah, I agree with that.
yeah.
I do agree that I do wish that like after Endgame or at least after Far From Home, they would have taken like a maybe year or two break.
Yeah.
Like
and,
Chris Hemsworth is.
Yeah, what okay. but
Anyway,
but at the end of the day, it's Phase 4 is not gonna be anything.
Yeah.
It
It's
really
just,
is.
honestly
Phase 4 is gonna be setting up the next big thing that's gonna happen.
because it's smart. Because honestly, if we look at it, it's like two or three movies a year, which is like
that's just milking it.
The only one I'm psyched for is Doctor Strange. It's Black
Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness.
and
I am-
Thor, God, and what was it?
Love and Thunder.
Love and
Love and
Thunder.
Thunder.
The hype for that movie to me has died down, mostly due to the controversy. I'm just like, I
There's
don't
a controversy.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
always a-
yeah.
There's always a controversy.
Oh yeah,
around
because
it.
so that's another time. But to sum that up, people think that Valkyrie deserves to wield the hammer instead of Jane Foster.
Yeah,
Oh my
That's
Because
the only reason why.
Is that why?
because
that whole
Valkyrie
thing's
was
going
set
on?
up
Oh,
to
yeah.
be
Oh
someone
my
who
God.
is supposed to be worthy to take up his mantle. You know,
I
she's
understand.
now the queen of Asgard.
No, of course I'm here.
Yeah,
Like
but
even still,
Jane Foster's cool. Like, come
She
on.
is.
Listen, Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman got shafted so hard in the MCU. She deserves this, man. Like, they shafted her character so fucking hard.
What was her character again?
Jane Foster.
Exactly.
Jane Foster.
Our point right
She
there.
did nothing, and
Oh, yeah.
and Natalie Portman's literally like, I want to do more. Like that's
That's it.
kind of the reason why she
Literally.
took off, because it was like
Literally.
my character's not doing anything.
Yeah.
literally, she was mentioned once in Avengers. And how many years ago
No,
was
she
that?
also was in Ragnarok. They dumped.
they-
Yes, in Ragnarok they did.
No, they mentioned her, but her character did not appear
Yeah.
since Avengers.
We
No,
haven't
no,
seen
no,
her for a good
since-
5 or
since,
6
uh,
years.
Yeah,
5 or
been a
6 years.
while.
It's been a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
I was like I was really here like I think she deserves to finally have some meat to like.
If she's coming
To
back,
work with.
if she's coming back, I hope Kat Dennings comes back. I love her.
Yes.
Seriously.
All right.
Yes,
All
she's
right,
on.
so-
No.
Anyway.
she's my broke girl.
Anyways,
Okay.
She's my broke girl.
Broker.
Anyways,
Okay.
final thoughts from the Sony and Marvel. I'm saying I am very happy for this.
Yes,
I-
I know.
No future foundation.
I am excited for this more than anyone in this table.
That's very true. I'm
I'm intrigued.
not excited, but I'm trying to keep my hopes
Are you
up.
nervous but excited?
It's not that I'm nervous. It's just that like I don't have faith in Sony on making a live action Spider-Man because they failed
Yeah.
hard.
Very
Honestly,
badly.
well,
And
I agree.
They
the problem is the writers, and they did well because I feel like it's harder to make a who's we call it an like have good writing in an animated movie
That's
than in live action.
Yeah,
so I
that's-
felt that
but
with
even with Venom, like talking about Venom, like Venom was
Venom and Spider Verse.
but like talking about Venom, like the character of Eddie Brock and Venom
Yeah.
were great.
Yeah.
The rest
Everything
of it-
everything else about the movie was not good. Like like
Quantum
I'm
Break-
dead serious when I say
Yeah.
that
That was
the
what,
only reason why Venom for me succeeded was because
The chemistry
Tom
between-
Hardy is
Yeah.
just that good,
Well,
and
like I
they
s-
finally did a good Venom.
like I
Yeah.
said, it's one of the sexiest movies I've ever seen.
And that, and real quick, and not
Tom
to mention
Sexy
Todd
Hardy.
McFarlane, the way he designed the suit for the movie
Yeah.
of Venom.
Yeah.
I
Well,
really
also,
like-
yes.
And he
Having
created-
the actual-
co-created him too, yeah.
having the actual creator of if anyone else you draw is something good.
Awesome.
Who I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of.
Have him design the suits. For example, he's also doing Spawn, which I know he's excited for.
Did you see who was
I
voicing
don't know. I
Spawn
don't know if
in
you could see
MK11?
if you could
No.
see
No.
Keith Richards.
Spawn.
Keith David.
Keith David. Sorry, Keith
Keith
David.
Richards, the guy from Rolling Stone.
Yeah, sorry, I got both of them confused. Keith David is voicing.
Keith David's best.
Keith David is.
The voice of the cat from Coraline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was originally Spawn in the Spawn animated. Okay, we'll be doing another episode about Spawn in the future.
MK. Yeah, he's voicing Spawn in MK11.
Oh, that's
He's
awesome.
my favorite voice actor
Yes.
of all time.
All right.
Yo,
David?
I
Yes.
swear to yeah.
Keith David was in my
On a side note,
On a
side note, I swear to God, in this next Spawn movie, if Spawn doesn't look like he does in MK11, I will kill somebody.
Or in the fan film.
I mean,
No, look it up whenever you can. MK11 Spawn. That for me
No,
is the
I saw the teaser. No,
okay. That's the best looking Spawn. That I love the.
in video game and in
Well, because-
movie form.
Yeah, because I love it. I love the detail. I love how you can see the skulls. I love how you
chains.
can see the grin.
grin.
Look right behind you.
Yeah, I know. I love how you can see the grin.
The
You can see
chains.
his like devilish grin right under the map. I was like, yes,
I don't know
that's
much
good.
about
yeah.
Spawn, I will admit that, but I am intrigued.
Anyway, back to what we were talking
What
about.
you're talking about? All right, so like I said, I'm very excited for for the Spider-Man. Sony, he's back. We get to see more of him, and on a plus side, we're also getting back Tom Holland.
that I
That's-
was happy about.
That I'm happy.
Because
Yeah,
If they had recast it, I would have. That would have been it. I would have been like,
No.
"Fuck you, Sony." I would have been like,
I-
I'm not even fuck. I'll be like, who are you gonna blame? Fuck you, Disney, and fuck you, Sony, and like, I'm done. Spider-Man's out.
If they
I
did
will,
it,
I will say real quick.
Go
I will
for
say this: when this whole deal things came out about the whole problem with it, I was worried where Tom Holland was gonna be. Was he gonna still become Spider-Man or not? But when I heard that he's gonna stay as Spider-Man, I was so happy because I will admit, if he was gonna be recasted,
Yeah,
that
a
would've
lot of
been
people
dead for
would
me.
not have been watching.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people.
Okay,
Anybody.
so-
Like, I can't go through another actor.
So-
No,
I can't.
It's
So-
a lot to deal with. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
It's triggering.
Batman's changing all the time, man.
Oh my.
Okay,
Okay,
then
That's
another day,
later.
That's another day.
That's for Robert
That's
Pattinson's
another day.
Batman podcast episode.
I'm
That's
actually
later.
happy about Robert Pattinson being
Same here.
Batman.
Same.
Me too.
I
Now,
want more Batfleck, but anyway.
But
Yes,
let's
yeah, well,
let's wrap
Trust
let's
Yeah,
wrap
we-
the closing
wrap it
with
up.
me. I'm excited. Yes, super meat. boy. I'm actually holding on to the hope that this can actually be a beneficial move for Sony. And although I do have my doubts that Sony more or less does drop the ball, especially in a sequel to a Spider-Man movie, because honestly, I'm with you there. Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't as good as Amazing Spider-Man. I'll give you that. But if you hold on to hope that Sony can pull through with a movie like that,
Yeah.
yes, I'm all for it.
Not like going off what I was saying earlier. Like honestly, like they've been good. I mean, Venom was pretty good. I think Venom.
It was sexy.
They really the problem
Not again,
obviously,
no, but that's-
is you'll hear it in the other podcast. But like honestly, it was just the way the direction Venom was. I think it's just the writers did what they could. But honestly, but then the Spider-Verse came in and the writing was so good. So the fact that
The
they
difference.
did really good in an animated feature, which is again harder than it is live action. I do think that they have a chance of making it good. They just need to hire the right writers and the right
Casting. They're casting too.
casting too. Yeah.
And
Okay.
don't interfere with the creative process, Sony, I swear to God.
You already did before, and look what happened.
Twice.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No,
And
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
3
3.
and Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 3.
Wait, so you admit that Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was bad?
No.
You bastard. All right. End this shit.
In Elliot's mind, just like you admit, no, damn it, I've been swindled.
I've been Smeckledorf.
Smeckledorf.
That's not even a word.
Now it is.
I think that's a good time to end it
Yeah,
right
no, I
there.
agree. All right, everybody. Thank you. I don't want to keep too much.
All right, boys.
No.
Sound off.
Sound up now. Well, I'm gonna do the ending.
Beat me up, Scotty.
So, anyways, guys, I want to thank for the three of you that are.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, we're done. I want to thank the last two people now listening to this podcast.
We eventually get to.
Hello.
I think the negative 100
Thank you, Jose, for
people.
still listening in the future. Yeah, but it's just
Yeah, like 10 years.
like
Thanks.
We
come
know
tomorrow.
we know each of our fans by name.
That's right.
Thanks, Kavi.
Thanks, Gabby. Thanks, Gabby.
Thanks, Abdu.
Oh
Thanks,
my-
Mom.
All right.
Dad,
end this shit.
why listen to this podcast?
No.
End it.
Yeah, what you just said. All right. No.
I was about to say thank you all for listening to our podcast. I mean, it's not the most structured thing, but we do our best, you know.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and the video is just about done. So,
we're still going with the audio. So, yeah.
Just end it.
No, because I want to do the social media. If you guys want to
Oh,
the
yeah.
social media out there. So I'm sorry. All right, so you can follow us on Instagram at Basic Nerd Experience. You can find us on the YouTube channel.
Yes.
You guys, if you guys want to put out your social media and your the YouTube channels or whatever you guys do,
Me
please
first.
put that out there.
Please follow my YouTube for XV Gaming. Also follow my Instagram and Twitter. Ken Fisher 15 for Instagram. Ken Fisher 28 for Twitter.
with me, you can follow my YouTube channel. My name is Loro Poroto, LOROPOROTO, Loro Poroto.
Hey.
And Twitter, Andres SBA96. That's me.
Hey, yo, your boy, Jose in the house.
Oh shit!
First
Yeah, I'm
bid.
kidding. You can follow me on Twitter at Pepe Boricua 1998. That's at sign PEPEBORICUA 1998 or YouTube Wide Spectrum Gaming.
Yeah.
Brandon, anything for you?
How done.
No, I'm good.
And yeah, so that's it. Thank you guys for listening, and stay tuned for more in the future.
Hell yeah.
Shut up.
Bye.
Okay.